In the event of an auto accident, what happens if the other person who may have caused the crash doesn't have insurance to cover damages? Attorneys Puneet Garg and Tony Golden are here to answer that question and others. They're from Anthem Injury Lawyers, the sponsor of this segment. And in that scenario, we're talking about uninsured and underinsured drivers. What does happen if the other driver doesn't have insurance? That's why it's so important to have these things, right?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having us on. And you're right. So if you're in a crash and the other side does not have insurance, or maybe they don't have enough insurance to handle your medical injuries, your lost wages, your pain and suffering, all those damages that you're entitled to under Nevada law, you need to have on your policy uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage to handle the lack of insurance from the side that caused the accident.
And it's relatively inexpensive most of the time. Is that right, Puneet?
It is, yeah. On average, we've told clients and seen that it might be $20, $30 extra per month.
Which could make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Right.
And the best part is using the coverage does not increase your premiums.
Yeah.
If you're not at fault.
That's right. That's right. So if you are not at fault in an accident, there is a law that keeps insurance companies from hiking your premiums. Is that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So God forbid you need to use it. Nevada law protects you as long as you're not at fault. The insurance companies can't take any adverse action like increase your premium, cancel your policy, fail to renew your policy when it comes up for renewal. All that.
Okay, so when you're adding on this uninsured or underinsured motorist part to your auto insurance, are there limits or requirements that people need to keep in mind?
So, first off, in Nevada, the insurance company automatically offers it. You actually have to affirmatively reject it if you don't want it. So you have to have a signed rejection. So it's automatically offered. You just have to accept it. The minimum is the same as the minimum in Nevada, which is $25,000 per individual, $50,000 aggregate. Now, if you have a larger policy for liability, let's say like $100,000, $300,000 aggregate, you could take a smaller limit if you did have some monetary constraints on affordability.
Right.
But in general, you would match it to your liability coverage.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, that really comes into play in more serious accidents.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we live in a town, unfortunately, where there are also a lot of hit and runs. And so, you know, God forbid you get hit and it is a serious accident, you're seriously injured, and you can't find the person who hit you. This will help cover you for those injuries and those damages.
Yeah, Nevada insurance rates are pretty high, relatively speaking, because of the accidents that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. They are high in general across the board, but when you look at, you know, risk versus reward, cost benefit, it makes sense to have this on your policy.
Yeah, so you would never recommend then people actively sign that waiver and say, no, I don't want this insurance at all.
Yeah, don't sign the rejection, take the policy, and in a similar token, take another coverage called MedPay, which is short for medical payments. It's a similar coverage. On average, we've seen our clients pay another $5 a month. Right. It usually is in a $1,000 to $5,000 coverage, and it just goes towards your medical bills.
Not even a cup of coffee at Starbucks.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right. Puneet and Tony, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your insight.
Thank you, Kendall.
We want to thank again Anthem Injury Lawyers for sponsoring this segment. If you want to talk to them and get more information, there's the phone number on your screen. They also have the code there. 702-987-0202. They have a website as well, antheminjurylaw.com. We'll be right back.